a Nir Hindie, fundador de The Artian. Nir, welcome to Mexico and welcome to El Financiero Bloomberg.
Thank you, Anna, for giving me the opportunity.
Nir, tell us, what is The Artian and how did you come up with this idea?
The Artian, I find it as an innovation and creativity company. Our unique approach is that we take practices, methods, way of thinking, inspiration from the world of art and implement them in the context of business, specifically to innovation. And I always say that the Artian is probably a result of a frustrated kid, because when I was young, I liked a lot art and I also liked a lot technology and business, but you know, the society always tells us choose. Either we are left brain, either we are right brain. So in my 20s, when I started to get interested in art again, the more I saw similarities between artists and entrepreneurs. And I was interested to understand when was the time that we separated art from business. And the more I got into this world, the more I saw that actually what artists bring to the table is what we need today in the business.
And how art can inspire entrepreneurs to change the vision they have about their industry and business?
So you know, as someone that comes from entrepreneurial background myself, always what intrigued me is the way artists think. And often what I see is that we think in extrapolation, meaning we have technologies and how these technologies can go, or where they can go. But artists actually think different. They actually think in alternatives. What if? What if a car doesn't have a rounded wheel, but rather a different type of wheel? And I think that I always tell entrepreneurs, the moment you have a conversation with artists, you can actually get a different perspective to where your technology might go.
How do you help companies to integrate an artistic approach to their own business?
So I try to do it in kind of what I call 3 stages. First of all is to provoke. When you say the business world art, they don't understand how it's related to them. And the one thing that I learned is that we have misconception of what art is. We think about art as an object, as a painting, as a sculpture, but actually art is a mindset, is a very innovative way of thinking, and it's kind of a way of thinking that teaches you to observe the world, ask questions, and more importantly, to kind of question it and offer alternatives. And when I come to a company, so first of all, I try to provoke the way they think about art and how it's relevant. The second stage is actually to train them for the skills that I see that artists have and we need in the world of innovation. Because I understood one basic thing. Business professionals are trained to execute. Artists are trained to create. And one example is the ability to observe our world. Always we are being taught that we need to observe our clients, their environment, how they behave with their products. But if you really think about it, you will see that we are not trained to observe. And art is a visual language that you only use your eyes. And on the third part is actually how to implement it. And I try to help them and see what companies doing in order to bring creative practices into their DNA. Because I always say that creativity, it's a matter of commitment. It's not a matter of resources. Companies think that they need resources to be creative, but I claim that you need a commitment from the board of directors in order to be able to shape your company in that way.
Nir, precisely as a mindset, tell us how art can teach strategies and also attitudes to publicists.
So I think that, you know, what we need to actually understand when we look at about art is that actually what is the potential that art brings. And for me, always artists are kind of in the borders between what we know to what we don't know. And they are all the time kind of the one that put in visuals, in words, maybe in videos, kind of the images and maybe ideas that the culture, that happens in the culture right now, but in a way that we can understand.
Of course, and finally, Nir, why you want to be part of Mexican market?
So I think my fascination with the Mexican market actually started 3 years ago. I was invited here by a great design school. And for this week that I was here, they showed me so many aspects of art and design in Mexico that I wasn't aware at all. And the moment I saw this and I saw the size of the market and the potential, I thought that there is understanding of where it might go, and people will actually value the approach that I bring with art into the context of business.
Well, of course, there is the message, art as a mindset. Thank you for your time and welcome to Mexico again.
Muchísimas gracias a ti.